In 2011, Amazon's founder Jeff Bezos stood at a whiteboard and made a sketch for a new device. It was something inspired by Star Trek, his favorite TV series as a child. He called the device a voice computer. This voice computer had no keyboard, no mouse, and no screen. It was wireless and featured a microphone and mute button. He would eventually hand this idea over to his technical advisor, who would lead the team in bringing Bezos' sci-fi vision to life. In typical Amazon fashion, this project was shrouded in mystery. The company would use a code name to refer to it. During the hiring process, emails and messages were vague. In fact, the company was so secretive that job candidates weren't sure what they would actually be working on. The closest thing to a hint would be in the form of an interview question. How would you design a Kindle for the blind? Several inventions, acquisitions, and hundreds of millions of dollars later, the general public would be introduced to a tube-shaped device called Echo. It was a standalone speaker. It had 7 microphones built into it so that it could hear you from anywhere in the room. Say the name Alexa and the virtual assistant would spring to life. She would provide news updates, set reminders, play music, create a shopping list, and answer your questions. And it didn't matter that Apple beat Amazon to the voice assistant market when they introduced Siri in 2011. Why? Because Alexa was different. Unlike Siri, you didn't need a smartphone to access this voice assistant. It was the first of its kind. In less than 2 weeks, Amazon would receive 1 million pre-orders for the Echo. To give this some perspective, the first iPhone took about 2 months to reach the same milestone. Echo was consistently featured on the website's top seller list, and it earned a prominent spot in the company's first ever Super Bowl ad.
Alexa, how many championships has Dan Marino won?
Dan Marino has won 0 championships.
Alexa, how many Oscars has Alec Baldwin won?
Alec Baldwin has won 0
Alexa,
Oscars.
stop.
A lot of people were convinced that Echo was paving the way for Amazon's next billion-dollar business, but now Alexa sits at a strange intersection. She is simultaneously a top-selling Amazon product and described as a colossal failure, a project that is set to drain the company of an estimated $10 billion by the end of 2022. The problem is simple. People aren't using Alexa in the way the company had envisioned. Initially, it was assumed that consumers would use these voice commands to order everything from laundry detergent to game consoles. This running grocery list would mean that people were always a few words away from making an Amazon purchase. In other words, Amazon wasn't trying to sell you a piece of hardware. They were trying to sell you a gateway to more of their products. But this hasn't exactly worked out. Instead, people are using the device to do the simplest day-to-day tasks. Hey, Alexa, set the kitchen timer for 2 hours. Hey, Alexa, add an oil change to my calendar. Hey, Alexa, turn off the lights. These tasks are exactly what Amazon designed the intelligent assistant to do, but there's no way for the company to make money from these types of requests. Amazon has tried looking outside of its ecosystem for a solution. In 2016, the company partnered with Uber and Domino's Pizza. Ideally, customers would use voice commands to order rides or pizza, and Amazon would be compensated for their involvement. But this is another feature that consumers aren't really using. Recently, Alexa started to make purchase suggestions based on your command. For example, after setting the kitchen timer, she may suggest purchasing a premium alarm, or maybe you would be interested in this new game or new music while you wait for your timer to go off. But these by-the-way suggestions haven't done Alexa any favors either. These attempts at upselling products and services seem to be more of an annoyance than anything. Many users claim to have disabled their devices as a result of Alexa's extra chatter. As is the case with many tech companies, Amazon has recently been looking for ways to cut costs. It's reported that the company will lay off around 10,000 employees, and while these job cuts come from several areas of the company, it's reported that worldwide digital will be hit the hardest. This is the division that handles Alexa. Amazon is no stranger to taking a loss. In fact, It's built into their business model. They're willing to lose money in the short run so that they can cash in the long run. But the future of Alexa depends on who you ask. Ask former Amazon employees, and Echo is a wasted opportunity. Ask Dave Limp, the Senior Vice President of Devices and Services at Amazon, and it seems that this product may have a fighting chance. We are as committed as ever to Echo and Alexa, and will continue to invest heavily in them. I guess in the end, it's a question that only Alexa can answer. Hey Alexa, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and why not watch another one?